Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Revere Sky, Revere Sky's Essence. So I want to talk about the post that I posted about the naturopathic healers. How they just started dropping like flies up until the pandemic. Like, there's no naturopathic healer that you can refer to. Right now, you only have like doctors that are promoting eating healthy, losing weight. You don't have any talking about mental diseases, cancers, STDs, viruses. You don't have any talking about that, right? It's like America does not have freedom of speech. Not only that, you know what they did over there across seas in that country. Like, anybody who could speak out just started disappearing. Okay. So I think it's very important. So it wouldn't look suspect. Everything is planned out, written out. There's always an agenda, right? So first it was Dr. Sebi. Then it was Dr. Deborah Blair. Then it was Dick Gregory. And as soon as the pandemic hit, Dr. Layla Africa passed away. And before Dr. Sebi, Bobby Hemmett got messed up somehow. Also, before Dr. Sebi passed away, they were having problems with naturopathic healers all passing away at the same time. There was a news article that showed like 10 Caucasian naturopathic healers that was trying to fight autism and cancer that just passed away. Like, the whole article, men and women, Caucasian people now. Then you had airplanes that popped up missing. Like, if you have a bunch of information and research and they invite you to a conference or a seminar, your whole airplane will pop up missing. So if these people are trying to protect us and prevent us from having disease, protect us from falling ill to misinformation and a lack of information, they're trying to protect us and show us how to eat healthy, how to prevent things from happening, but they popping up missing. You don't think doctors and naturopathic healers are feeling some type of way right now? They cannot express their research and they cannot express their trials. Another thing vegans are not growing enough food. Vegans are not growing enough food. There are more meat eaters that grow food than there are vegans. Not only that, I was just telling a person who commented. The person said, "Don't forget about the man at the CDC in Atlanta that popped up dead in a creek." And I said, "Yeah, the fact that they can murder that fast without hesitation." So this man came across some information at the CDC, and he popped up missing, right? And next thing you know, he popped up dead. Now, I responded, I said, makes me think, what level of ops are we dealing with? These facilities have hitmen. You know how people go to jail for racketeering? Who's going to go to jail for hiring these people to silence people? That's racketeering. But ain't nobody going to jail. They racketeering. If you have any type of information, or you disagree, or you have any type of research, whether that be from water motors, the shootout that happened at the grocery store up there, the security guard that died, he had a patent on water engines for cars. This guy told me, he said, Sky, they will build a whole neighborhood around you, a whole construct around you. Just like the movie with the guy that was trapped in the neighborhood. I can't think of the name. But he said they will design a whole city around you if they feel like you are a threat. They will spend billions of dollars on projects designed around you and your lifestyle if they feel like you are a threat and you need to be monitored. Why do they choose to kill certain people, but other people they observe and keep a watch out on? I'll give you an example. So I moved into Jacksonville, right? Neighborhood area, side of town that's not highly spoke of, not highly represented. They had a lot across the street for $900,000. I called in about that lot, and I was trying to figure out if I wanted to raise up that much money to buy that lot to start building. When they monitor your cell phones and everything. So when they seen I was researching about that lot to purchase it, all of a sudden the lot was empty for years, over 15 years. Nobody would buy it. So the city bus system bought like 600 feet of it. Then a charter school bought the lot. Not only that, they end up building a camouflage tree across the highway directly facing my house. All in a matter of 2 years. They put the camouflage pine tree up first. And then when I drove over there to look at it, to video it, 2 police came behind me to see what I was doing, literally stopped and observed me. Like, they got cameras over there at this tower. Then you put up a school across from me, a charter school. And then when you walk out to the front of the street, the EMP reader reads over 1.0. And then as you go to my backyard, it goes down to 0.19. And then as you go to my house, it goes to like 0.456. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to just say targeted individual. It's real out there. So when you are targeted and you are a very informative type person, very observative type person, they will orchestrate a whole city to watch you. Like, even if they don't know they're watching you, they will have it so that the trash man run at this time of day, that time of day. The city will haggle you. Like, I've even had a problem where a lady lied and said that I did a hit and run in my own driveway. Swear on my life, swear on my family, this lady lied and said I did a hit and run. I literally had to fight for my freedom for 6 months, and y'all don't even know that. And then the lady claims she works for the city. The lady told me that she could park her car in my driveway because it was city property. So when I say that they will target you and attack you and use people as weapons against you, they will. That's why I'm bringing up this subject. You know, I used to always say, why don't people invite me to their house, this, that, another? Really, I don't want to go. Because you never know when you might be set up or in some form of trap. You know, you would think, why don't people take you to cookouts and stuff? Invite you to cookouts, family gatherings. This is why. It's not even designed for you. These people are watching you. These people are spying on you. So, yeah, it really took this guy to tell me, Sky, they will orchestrate a whole city around you. Not only that, there's this plumbing company. No name on it, not legit, tinted windows. Illegal to have tinted windows this black. At one point in time, there was a time where the plumbing company would park across the street. Like, I could be talking about chemtrails and all types of stuff, and the plumber just show up across the street. We know they work for the city. We know what that is. That ain't no plumber. And if they do have plumbing certificates or they certified plumbers, they got another job too. That's just a front. And then they tried to force me to do a census, and I kept telling them my brother lives in Georgia. Like, he doesn't have to do Florida census. And then somehow they got the address of the internet company. And they was like, where is this address? Where is this address? I said, I don't know what the address is. Never knew that the address to the internet company was a little bit different than the address to the actual physical property. So I learned something new then. And he was like, well, if you don't do the census, that's a federal charge and this, that. So these people will, like, come in on you, threatening you. You understand? So another thing, interviews, major interviews with prominent, dominant people that can really help black people. Doing interviews with these up-and-coming YouTubers is maybe a big problem. The reason why I say that is I think these up-and-coming YouTubers be working for people. That's what my spirit said. My spirit said, like, don't do interviews with these up-and-coming YouTubers because you don't know what type of agent they are. You know, you think you getting publicity, you spreading a message, and you really not. If you realize as much stuff as I talk about, and as sound as I sound, do I sound crazy to you? No. Why haven't I collaborated with anybody? Why don't any of these people collaborate with me? There's a reason why these people don't collaborate with me. Because they cannot buy me out. I told my mother a long time ago, and this is not to jinx me or bring anything down on me, but let me explain something to you. I told my mama a long time ago. I said, no matter what she's gone through, no matter what I've gone through, I don't care if she had to live under a bridge. I would never deny her. I would go live under that bridge with her. I would not replace my mother and the knowledge that I've gained over these 35 years to replace her to be with anybody, to be with a silver spoon, a gold spoon, a lavish lifestyle, or nothing, because she taught me how to survive. She taught me how to survive. She taught me how to observe. She taught me how to listen and see. She taught me how not to bog my life down to the point where I was restless and could not observe what was going on around me. It's very important that we realize that silence is golden, but at the same time, if people do not support the courage that these people have to help us, like Dr. Saber, Dr. Layla Africa, Dr. Deborah Blair, Dick Gregory, we're going to have problems. See how easy they were able to just remove them from the equation when the time was right? Just like they talked about the little Sandra Bland situation. She knew more about the Black Lives Matter to the point where they orchestrated a whole scheme around her. What's the name of the movie with the town that the man was in? And everybody, he didn't know he was in a movie, in a stage, and all he had to do was leave. I forgot the name to it. The Truman Show. When I was discussing, I never watched The Truman Show. So the guy told me, I was explaining, I said, all this stuff is going on around me. He said, Sky, you don't seem like you done watched The Truman Show yet. And he explained to me, believe it or not, if you are a prominent light worker, they will orchestrate a whole city to operate around you. Just like the Truman Show. And when he told me that, something said, humble down, quit listening to YouTube people mention the Truman Show and actually go watch it. That's for real. I remember one time I had a flat tire. This Caucasian guy pulled up. I had on a pink dress, nappy hair, wasn't done, no wig, no nothing. Pink dress just flowing in the air. I was headed to Georgia. Wasn't in Georgia for over 2 years. I was in Florida. Never went to Georgia, just went to Florida. It was like everything in its might about the energy in Florida was trying to stop me from going to Georgia where I was born. Remember, I tell everybody, wherever you was born, you should go back and be there and live there, because your soul chose that city and state for a reason. So I didn't have a flat tire, but a piece of my rubber flew off the tire. So he felt, he said, your rubber flew off. He said, why don't you come to my house? And I looked at his hand. I said, no, your wife might kill me. He said, better yet, go to Walmart. I'll help you change your tire. So he helped me change my tire. And then I went and took the rim and that tire and got it replaced. And he helped me. But the way he pulled over, I was not on the side of the road even 30 seconds. He pulled over like the president or something had said, get her off the road. She has a timeline. and she has to stay on schedule. This is why I tell people that have problems, like they may get in a wreck, then their kitchen might catch on fire, then they may break their pinky or something. I'm just saying, for instance, I tell these people that I call it the klutz, or the clumsy cycle. When stuff like this happen, go outside and spin around in a circle 3 or 4 times and change your time cycle. And the way this man approached me was like he already knew who I was. He already knew where I was going. And he even told me, "You do know a storm coming, right?" I said, "Okay, I drive in storms every day. What's the problem?" Do you know my Mercedes did not have windshield wipers and no AC? I had to roll the windows down, and I had to put my hand up there and flip the windshield wiper back and forth on the outside and go down the road. And then I was trapped in this vortex, a real vortex. There was nothing on the road but me. And I made it through this vortex. It was like they put this world. See, Albany is an experimental site. Albany has been an experimental weather site for like 20, 30 years, ever since I was a child, when they had their first flood and the caskets was out the ground. Albany, Georgia. So since I had to drive through that testing site, it was rough. It was rough. It was like they were trying their best not to get me to leave Florida and go to Georgia. This is how much they orchestrate stuff. Y'all ain't got to believe me. It's just like you have to think about your straw man. And I explained this to a woman that hung around me several times that claimed that they zap her with military-grade energy weapons. And they will orchestrate people around you. It's like a spirit or technology that can hop from brain to brain of these people. They just turn on. They could be living a regular life. And then once you are in their area, their psyche turn on like a computer or a robot. And next thing you know, they're monitoring you. They're watching you. And see, as soon as you turn your camera on and click record, you probably ain't even paying attention to them. But as soon as you click record, they scatter. They scatter. And I'm trying to explain to y'all that you have to look at your lifestyle and your life and your sole purpose and say, are the sleep people on this planet worth saving? Should I join the ops? Should I join the system? Should I just stay quiet, mind my own business, and wait until my time's up? Because another thing about this system, they know the sleep cycles of when you're not protected no more. What I mean by that, your spirit guides, your angels, and all of that. They know when the proper time is for you not to be protected no more, when they could do that ritual on you. They know this. They know this. In the health conscious community, there's no more people like these people. There's no more informative people like this. Right now, it's for likes and fame. It's not about a purpose and a mission to remind people that you're still in survival mode. If you are An observer. Okay, I give you another example. Erykah Badu said the people they fear the most is the 5% that observe. The 5% that observe, meaning just normal, regular people that live on the surface with everybody else. That 5% that can observe everything that's going on around them in the country, worldwide, global, and everything is more of a threat than a person that work 9 from 5, deadbeat tired, go to sleep, wake up, take care of their children, and repeat the cycle over and over and over. Remember, there's a lot of people out here that will promote protecting yourself, defending yourself, retaliating. But they ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work too good when they lose money and substance and resources. They don't know how to survive by themselves, and they're not grouped up with anybody that'll bring them into the home because it's just too many people out there that don't want to lose what they've built. They'll rather just be quiet, zip it up, don't say nothing, and go on about their business. They feel like that buys them time. I don't know what else to say about that, but I just felt like it was something about that reminder. Last but not least, I had a dream. I had a dream that I was with a well-known YouTuber, well-known, and we was in the front seat of a old school convertible, and Dr. Sabi was in the back, and we was on the clouds. I said, man, I know we have not. I know they haven't figured out when we supposed to pass away already. And I emailed that person. I told them I had a dream. It was me, you, and Dr. Sabi in a convertible. Also, I had another dream that Dr. Sabi was not actually dead. They had him in a dungeon. He was live, woken on the bed. It was like this couch type bed. They had him in a dungeon full of water with an island. And on that island was a bed, a couch-like bed. It was long enough as a couch, but you could sit your back up as a bed. And I was in the water with the alligators. In the water was a bunch of alligators, and I was swimming with these alligators. But I didn't understand why my psyche or my conscious did not sit on the couch with Dr. Sabi and ask questions about like herbs, diseases, and all that. But yeah, he was surrounded by alligators and water, and he was on this little pedestal-like island in the middle of the dungeon, as if like he was still here. He just not where he's supposed to be. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. All I know is shit real out here. And the way they got these I forgot the name of the word already. But yeah, the way they got these hitmen and stuff out here, they got these hive mind that just turn into your enemy. Like you could be in a line and these people could be living a normal life, and then all of a sudden somebody will press a button and they'll turn on and they spying on you. I promise you. Like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you completely lost. Like, they even have hired constructs where they will hire people in the construct to question you and quiz you to see if you like them, you want to have sex, this, that, and other. And they'll monitor and look at it to see how it is.